I feel unloved and unsupported by my fiance after 7 years of being together, and I can't see myself marrying him anymore. Posted by you/own_customer_5193. I, 26F, have been dating my current fiance, Mark, 27, for a little over 7 years now. We are not actually engaged but claim to be because we have dated longer than what he insisted was the dating phase to see if we could really stay together, 4 years. Anyway, for some time now, I would say about 2 years, things have really taken a turn for the worse, especially since the beginning of this year. We both work and go to school full-time, but I am the only one who does the domestic work, takes care of our dog, etc. I work, go to school, come back home, clean, cook, get his stuff ready, walk/feed/play/train our dog, the whole 9 yards. From time to time, he would help if I reminded him, asked him, or complained enough. This has only gotten worse as time has passed. I have told him for months that I no longer feel loved, supported, appreciated, or cared for by him. I try to give everything to him, but there are many times when he only wants to be on his phone, watch TV, or be only half or a third present. For example, he constantly says that he will walk our dog when he gets back from work, but he hasn't for months. He says that he is exhausted and tired from work and school, and while he claims to understand where my frustrations are coming from, he still does nothing to alleviate the burden. Our intimate life has become non-existent, but he has started watching pornography multiple times a week, even though I've told him I consider that cheating and that it crosses my boundaries. He told me he's just going through a hard time and can't find it in him to be interested in me because it takes too much time, effort, and mental energy. I asked if he still finds me attractive, and all he said was, yeah, I can still get off, but not like I used to anymore. I suggested couples counseling a few months ago and even found several options that could fit into our schedules, but he refuses to look into them or even try going. He keeps saying that we just need to try harder together, communicate better, and compromise more than we are now. A few days ago, I was sitting on our bed while he was having one of his escapades in the bathroom again, and I asked myself if I could still see myself marrying him. My immediate answer was no. No, I couldn't, because I can't imagine continuing to live like this. But I'm grieving the loss of a relationship because I feel like I would have wasted all these years on someone I love, but with whom I am no longer happy. I am so miserable, stressed, and exhausted. I just want to escape and cry. Update 8 days later. Hello everyone, it has been about a week since I posted, and during that week, unfortunately, I found out that I am pregnant. My ex-boyfriend saw the tests in the trash and became enraged because he thought I was hiding it from him. I wasn't, I was just in shock because we both used protection. He told me that raising a child together could have saved us if I wasn't such a selfish BTCH. He then accused me of cheating because there was no way I could get pregnant by him if I was on birth control. I asked if he was dumb, and that's when things hit the fan. Words were said, hands were thrown, and ultimately, my dog bit him, and the police were called. We both gave statements, and they made him leave the apartment. I'm lucky to have some friends in the police department who have checked on me every night since then. I also have some friends who are helping me pack and move so he can have the apartment. I am unsure of what to do about this pregnancy, as I have never wanted or had any interest in kids. However, I am thankful that I have friends who will support me no matter what decision I make. I am still in shock over what happened. I have never experienced such fear from my ex-boyfriend as I did in that moment. I don't know how or why things took such a turn for the worse, but they did. I have been thinking and wondering how I missed the signs and red flags for possibly so long. I am even more concerned about my dog. He has never bitten or even tried to bite someone in the 7 years he has been alive, but he bit my ex, which brings me even more worry, fear, and anxiety. I have concerns that the county I live in might make me put him down because he is a pit bull mix, but I am hoping that with the backing of my friends, the police officers from that night, the vet, etc., I will be able to keep him. I want to say thank you to everyone who replied. I appreciate the support, kindness, and encouragement. I know it should have been an obvious or simple answer/thing to do, but that is my own personal ignorance. Thank you. Second update 1 month later. It has been about a month since I last updated, and I'm not even sure if anyone cares or remembers, but I thought I would give a final update. First, I want to address some things that have been said and mentioned since then. I'm sorry if this is long in advance. 1. I would like to address that many, I am assuming men, have come to ask me which hands were thrown, why, and the possibility of me deserving it. I will say that once you get into a situation where you are verbally abused, then shoved with so much force that you hit the floor and lose your breath, you too will put up the best fight that you can. However, I hope you never have to feel the helplessness and powerlessness of being pinned down, punched, scratched, and more while all you can do is barely wiggle your feet and hope for a moment that he stops so you can attempt to scream for help. 2. Yes, there are details missing because I did not feel all the details were necessary. I should not have to recount the instances of shoves, slaps, punches, and verbal insults thrown at me to justify the final outcome. 3. When you grow up with abuse, That is all you know, so it is hard to recognize it as abuse. My mother raised me with a very heavy hand and the idea of tough love. In most cases, she would slap, punch, shove, and emotionally/verbally abuse me, just as he did. Growing up with a parent telling you that hitting you hurts them more than it hurts you, and that they are doing it out of love, is all you come to know and understand is love. Now, for the update, things have changed in the last month. I have officially moved into my own apartment. My ex and I's last apartment ended up getting destroyed during Hurricane Helene, which I felt was the universe's way of telling me something positive. My dog is officially with me now. He did have to go into quarantine for about a week. They behavior checked him in a variety of situations, and he did great in all of them. Fortunately, with reports and support from friends, vet/vet techs, neighbors, and the police, he did not have to be put down. However, he does have to wear a muzzle when in public spaces around men. He started to adjust to our new living situation and is doing much better. My pregnancy came and went, in a way. Between my ex, dealing with the courts and police, moving, the situation with my dog, Hurricane Helene, mental health issues, and more, I ended up miscarrying at 11 weeks and 3 days. I am thankful it went as smoothly as something like that can, especially considering what has been happening to women in similar situations. I have been trying to get my uterus removed and my tubes tied, but since I live in such a red state/area, it has been difficult. They all talk about the what-ifs concerning a future husband and his desire for children. I've been feeling discouraged and angry, but I want to keep trying. My ex has tried many times to contact me, including through my mother, with whom I no longer speak. He has shown up at my job, asking when I'm working, where I am, etc. I only recently blocked him, as I had been trying to gather evidence to get a restraining order. I now have what's needed, including threats, verbal abuse, and destruction of property, so I hope it all goes well. My friends in the police have been really helpful and continue to check up on me. Apparently, DV cases are common in my area, and they don't want me to end up like many women they see here. I am in therapy and trying to maintain a positive outlook. I wanted to thank everyone for their kindness, support, encouragement, and knowledge. I cannot thank you all enough.